Hello, chap. Sorry I'm late. I'm a little bit tired, but still have enough energy in order to be able to entertain you guys. So, my life is on Twitter recently, trying to gather the news. People still talk about censorship. I think like ever since the Vosh incident, everyone is talking about anime now. Like this is the topic of the day, especially due to the fact that you have Square Enix censoring Tifa. Is it Square Enix? I think it's Square Enix. They censored Tifa very interestingly. So Tifa was perfectly fine in a video game for around 4 years, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, this is way over the top. She's showing tits. We need to put a rag on those tits. I talked about it yesterday. Someone made a mod in order to revert the change. Nexus Mods took it down because Nexus Mods is pretty much like doing the corporate bidding at this point. But Lofty Pixels, of all people, Lofty Pixels, a warrior has entered the ring, decided to defend the censorship. Who'd have expected, huh? Tifa censorship shirt. Let me show you. Tifa Final Fantasy. Why is it not showing? Oh, because I'm using... You know, it used to be a time when if you used Bing or DuckDuckGo, it was better than Google. Now it's actually worse than Google. So... Here we have it, right? Like, this was the original. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. I spoke about it the previous stream. Like, this is fine. But they decided to cover it up with the shirt. And Lofty Pixels comes to defend. It's like, I don't understand why people are upset. Do you not realize that she is but a child, right? Like on the picture below, she has yet to reach the age of maturity. She is a fruit yet to be plucked. If you look at her with lustful thoughts, Jesus Christ from heaven is going to judge you. Right? So like this right here, Tifa, she's 18. She is ripe for plucking. Here, it's a flashback. You are in pedophile. I mean, it's the same model, by the way. Like, this is what's the most hilarious stuff. Fuck. And it's also the fact that you do realize you can find something attractive without spanking to it. Like, I genuinely like wonder how these people live. I wonder, like, the individuals like Lofty Pixel, they go in a museum and they see a statue of Venus that's naked, and they, in public, they go like, I can't stop! I can't control myself! Help! The demon has taken over! You know, like, I can admire a work of art. Like, for example, I can admire this because I know it's actually a work of art, and I'm like, whoa, holy shit, you know, the person who made it, like, very good attention to detail. The anatomy is really great. But no, these people, apparently they have no self-control. So now it's like this new moral panic, right? Like if it's between the age of 16 and 18, the FBI should lock you up, right? So like when you see a drawing, like imagine you don't know who Tifa is, you come across the internet and you see this, and you're starting to sweat. You're like, holy shit. I need to go on Wikipedia to see how old she is. If she is underage, then... I do have a question. When I grew up, when I was but a wee lad, there was this young gentleman, very, very young gentleman, incredibly young gentleman. You guys probably have heard about him. Justin Bieber. Did you guys hear about Justin Bieber? Oh my fucking god. The Chad. So Justin Bieber started singing at the age of 13. A young star. He had scores of women, millions of women. Millions of women from around the world were gushing over young Justin. They had posters of him on their bedroom wall. They were salivating over him at concerts. They really love Justin, you know? Was that creepy, chat? Was it creepy? Like, do you think those women would have been a danger around children? Like if those women were in a park, should I have been worried? It's like, oh my god, this lady likes Justin Bieber. That is creepy. The answer is no, because, Justin, despite his age, was a star. Like, he was a celebrity, he was famous, it was understandable. And I don't think, like, if Justin was left alone with his fans, he would have been in grave danger. No, because, like, people can like something, even adore something, but still have self-control. It's like, yeah, he's a celebrity, plays good music, very popular. I have a poster with him in my bedroom, but I'm pretty sure that's what women thought, right? Like, is that not, huh? No one was like, all of a sudden, well, Justine is underage and you, young lady, you need to control your hormones. How dare you? I need to let the FBI know that you have a poster of this young lad next to your bedroom. When did this moral panic even start? Like when has this even become a thing? So I just want you to understand, Ibuki, right? Ibuki was my waifu for many years. She is a character from Street Fighter. Let me see if I can find the picture with her, right? So this is Ibuki. I am not ashamed to admit that if they would release her in the new Street Fighter, I would still main her. But she is 17, right? Should she be censored now? Like is this, huh? I mean, the game is on Steam. It's on many platforms. It's perfectly fine. But not according to Twitter. I'm curious what Lofty Pixel was. I'm pretty sure Lofty Pixel would definitely agree if this character gets censored. Even though she's almost wearing a burqa. Not quite, but is there. And again, like the thing is, I don't mind what gets censored. It's just like the reason behind the censorship that pisses me off. It's like, you're saying that it's evil. Why is it evil? And like for 4 years, Tifa was uncovered. Now she is. So I don't want to talk about this again. I already spoke about it in the previous stream. I just wanted to mention that Lofty Pixel was like the defender. And I actually spoke with him. I told him, it's like, look, this is a corporation, right? Like it employs tens of thousands of people. This is not like one artist woke up one day and said, I'm going to censor. Right? The CEO himself doesn't get to say, like these things have to get approved by a board meeting. They have market analysts. They understand how the gamers will react. So the question is, like, why do they want the loss of sales? Because they know it gives them loss of sales. Like, they're aware of it. And yet they censor anyway. Why do they do that, Lofty? Why do you think that is? And he's like, well, I don't think more than 100 people cancel their subscriptions. And I'm like, first of all, you don't know that, right? Due to the polarized cultural, the polarized cultural conflict and the cultural controversy that exists right now, chances are more than 100 people unsubscribe. But like, you need to understand that when you're a big company and you say, okay, put a shirt on that character. Like, it sounds very easy. It's like a click and drag. It's not. Like, you're taking artists and animators off of their actual work and you're putting them to do something else. I mean, I'm making a video game. I'm telling you, like, putting a shirt on a character is more complicated than you think. Not only does it have to be drawn, and it has to be drawn 3D, which, may take a while, but you also have to animate it. And the breasts have different jiggle physics. And now you're spending probably a couple of thousands of dollars on that. Money that you're not getting back, you're actually losing because you're getting people unsubscribing rather than subscribing. So why are they doing that, Lofty? Why? Why are companies wanting to lose money? Because they know they have market analysts. They know it causes a controversy. They're aware, right? So when you answer that question, they don't come on your stream. Figure it out. It should be a crime to modify a game a customer bought without permission. It should, unironically. So, Skullgirls was the first one that did this. Especially like when you modify a game 4 years after the fact. They also did this today. There's a new game from Fairy Tail. Right now, I don't watch Fairy Tail. I don't know what it is, but I do know that it is very popular specifically due to the fan service. So it's like a shonen which has a lot of fighting, right? Like violence and stuff, but it's got like a lot of fan service. So what they did is that they advertised the fan service, right? It was in the trailers, in the marketing, everywhere. And now the day one patch removes the fan service. So all of a sudden, all of the characters, they do not have panty shots. And I'm like, why couldn't you do that from the beginning? Like why did you false advertise? Why are you lying to people? To be honest, it's a good thing that they're lying to people because it shows that they realized that they're losing money. And they don't want to lose money. But the question has to come again. Who's forcing them to censor? Why aren't they calling it out? Why aren't they saying we have to censor because of such and such? Why do we not know who is telling these companies to censor? Because if they have to hide it like this, if they are going to promote the fan service and then have a day one patch in order to censor, it means that the decision came from outside the company. Who's making these decisions? Who's making these calls for them to, no, we're going to... Like if you think that it is immoral to show the panties of a adult anime girl, why do you do it? Why is it in your commercials? Why are you advertising like? Why would you even take an IP that is renowned for doing that? Hi V, all is well. Also try Brave, it's better. I think I have Brave as well. Sometimes I'm glad Bandai Namco abandoned Soul Calibur, considering you can dress up Amy and Talim as you could Ivy and Sofita and the like. I'm actually curious to know if the future Soul Calibur is going to be lewd or they're going to maximize their ESG ratings. They would have shamed if Justin was female. That was so in the Anglosphere, I don't fucking know. But in Romania, there were many child musicians, right? Like, how do you call them? Child musicians? Kind of like Justin Bieber, the female version. We had, like, the Cheeky Girls, I think. We had the Andre group. And they were singing, like, very provocative, sexual connotation songs. Like Santa Claus, how young you are is the first night you come to me. I'm not going to allow you to ever leave. Going to spend a night of dreams together. Like that type of, like young shit. They had a lot of fans. There were boys that had their pictures on their bedroom and shit. Like, no, there was no shaming. I think they were like 15, 16. They were very young. It was when I grew up. I don't know if we actually had like such young singers since. I don't even know if Romania has like renowned singers, to be honest. Ever since the internet, people listen to American music, but yeah, there was no shaming. I mean, again, if it's a star, right? Like if it's someone that is famous, then it's more understandable. Because like married men, they happen to like actresses and stuff. Not so much anyway, because Hollywood is dying, obviously. But like, I don't think my mom was upset if my dad was like, "Wow, Jennifer Lopez looks really good." It's like it's in the TV. It's like that doesn't mean that okay, you're a married man and you happen to like an actress. That doesn't mean that he's going to cheat on me, Like women say the same. Like okay, John Travolta was hot, right, when I was growing up. And if my mom said, "Wow, John Travolta is really good looking," my dad wouldn't freak out, right? Like you need to be incredibly insecure if you're going to freak out because like your girlfriend likes an actor. That doesn't mean like she's going to cheat on you or anything, right? But it also means that once you're in a relationship, you're not castrated. Like you still turn your head when you're on the street, and it's like. But I guess like this is they're trying to say that this is like a Rorschach test or something, right? Like if you're liking an anime girl without checking her Wikipedia bio to see that she's 17, then you're a danger to teenagers, because like if you like Ibuki from Street Fighter, then that means that in real life, if you were to meet a girl that's 17, you would also hit on her. I don't even know like what the logic is, but it's so mind fucked. I just that makes no fucking sense. And again, they're not going after like anime girls that are into into pornographic hentai, right? Like they're not going after the obscure websites on the internet. Like those are still there. They're just going after like mainstream anime, like My Hero Academia and stuff. It's like, oh my god, she's having cleavage. It's like, so what? It's not a bondage suit. No, but it's hypersexualized. But it's hypersexualized. How is a bondage suit called? Super mega uber hypersexualized? What the fuck? To be fair, I do think like in My Hero Academia there actually is a superhero in a bondage suit. Like that one can be called hypersexualized. Like yeah, fine. Like that one is different. V, what time are your streams? Because for me, your streams are at random times. Usually I try 8 p.m. Romania time, but like sometimes I am unable to make it. Patches ruin mods too. It's becoming incompatible. Yeah, I remember like Larian Studios attacked their customers. It's just fucking hell, man. Like, did you notice how Japanese game developers don't do this shit? Like, Japanese game developers don't talk sass to their customers. Like, that's so fucking unprofessional. So Larian Studios bitched on Discord because some people were saying, hey, you know, when you patch, can you please not fuck the mods? Like, here's how you do it. And they actually showed them how to patch the game without ruining the mods. And they banned that guy. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? Just stop it. Be professional. Why is it so hard? How did like generations of people before you were professional, but now this generation of twats seems to kind of, like if they don't give sass to the customer, to the person paying their money, they don't feel good or something. Like, seriously, like someone that mods your game, like that is an invested member in the fucking community. Like that person is doing it for free. Like he's taking time out of his schedule in order to give some love to your game, which by the way translates into most sales. Like there have been so many games that are absolute shit, but because they have mods, people play them. And that's the person you go after. The problem is the author who made the look character a certain way at that age instead of the consumer who doesn't know the age. No, but like, again, they're not going after the author, right? Like, they're going after the consumer. Like, and by the way, like this character, Ibuki, if you say she's 24, she fucking looks 24. She's an anime character, right? Like, she can look 24, she can look 16. I guess, like, she doesn't look 5, right? Like, I guess in anime style, you can say that prepubescent looks different, right? So, like, you know what a character under the age of 9 looks like in an anime. But I think, like, between 15 and 28, all characters in anime can look the same. Like, there's no different, there's not that much difference going on. So, I guess, like, first of all, the idea of 18, if you're talking about internationally, like in Europe, usually the age of consent is 16, right? It's, even in states in the US, it's 16. Like, I don't even know why 18 is chosen, but okay, fine, you know. The other thing, though, the idea that, like, a man who sees the big plump tits and a fat ass on a lady, that's an anime character, the moment they find out that, well, actually the number is 17, they're like, okay, well, I don't like it anymore. It's a fictional character. It's like it's make-believe. It's not even real. What the fuck? Just, and they don't accept this. Like, this is what's the most bizarre thing. Like, they don't accept the argument that it's make-believe. It's like, okay. They don't pick on furries. Did you notice that? Like they don't say furries are into bestiality. Although, given some of the stories that came out of the furry fandom, I would say that the furry fandom sits a little bit worse than the anime fandom. And the reason I'm saying is that it wasn't like random furries. It wasn't just like, you know, like I plucked random furries off of this. No. Like the leadership. The leadership, I mean the organizers of FurCon and stuff. You know, I mean, it is what it is. But like, you basically, there's more smoke over there, I would say. Like, there is more. Jojo is 16 and looks like 46. I see. Don't go below 18. Yeah, but again, like, we're not talking about, like, pornographic settings. We're talking about a cleavage. Again, like, don't go below 18. This one is 17. This is why I even picked her. And she actually used to be my waifu. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's got really nice character. She's got some funny lines. She's really nice to main. Got, like, really cool moves. She's a mix-up character. She does the vortex. She's got a vortex. I also really like the hair, by the way. The hair design was cool. But, like, okay, so like, she's 17, so fucking what? It's like, do you think I can hub the monitor? Like, what? This... And also, it's like, the new idea is that, if you like a female character, you're a pervert. It's like, okay, so if I like Ibuki, I'm a pervert. How do you call a guy that has, like, a Dakibakura of Ibuki, 50 statues of her in his room, a mouse pad with Ibuki's tits? Like how is that then? Like if the word pervert has been watered down to the point where it's just the male gaze now, right? Like, if you're a guy and you like an anime character, you're a pervert. It's like, okay, well, what do you call a guy with a Dakibakura? It's like, you're going to run out of words in the English language, basically. There are hordes of furries doing unspeakable things to animals in real life. I don't know about that, but I know that, like, again, like, a couple of scandals that involved people which were organizing fur cons and even people that were administrating the website Fur Affinity. So, like, bizarre and disgusting. What can I say? Can someone tell me, when did the Puritans take over? When it became profitable. Because it's a grift. That's what it is. And this is why it pisses me off, right? Like, someone looked at the anime industry and they said, oh, it's so much profitable over there. There's so much cash to be made. So what they did is, like, okay, well, let's shame them so that they hire localizers and we get to censor and we get paid. Because they don't censor for free, you know? Like, that's also interesting. They're not like a Johnny doing it for free. It's like, pay us, and we're going to censor for you. So they created a problem that they can fix. Except that it never was a problem. That's what it's all about. It's not like Puritans' morality. Most people probably don't give a shit. The thing is, like, I guess, like, if you take a random person and you make him hyper aware of it, but, like, someone made me hyper aware, hey, the skirts on Sailor Moon, aren't they too short? And I'm like, what the fuck? I never even... I mean, I get... You know, like, if you're going to complain about Sailor Moon, it would be the transformations. Like, the transformations have them naked. But you know, I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you this. Every single character that's drawn, every single one of them, is drawn naked first. Yeah, even the 5-year-old. At DC Comics, everywhere, right? Like the artist first draws the character naked, and then they put clothes on. Did you know that? I didn't. It's when I started doing game development that I found out. It's how my artist draws my mature succubus. It's like it's kind of like a mannequin, I guess. Like, first they draw the mannequin, and then they put the clothes on. I guess all the artists should be arrested, right? Because... No, seriously, dog, I'm not kidding. It's like every single character that's drawn, like all the cartoon characters, even the Western ones, every single one. Even the Steven Universe ones. All of them. Like, ask any artist if you don't believe me. That's true. Like, they draw them naked, and then they put clothes on. Like this actually was a controversy with, I think it was Horizon. I forgot which game. One of the characters actually had nipples, and everyone was freaking out. It's like, why does the character have nipples? Because it was like a bug. I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, right, so there was like this social justice game. And it had a bug. If you move the camera from a certain angle, you could see that the character had the nipple. And everyone was like, why is there a nipple there? Why did it... It's because, like, when they draw the model, they first draw it naked. It's literally how it's done. Like, all artists do it. I'm not an artist. I don't know why. Since V went to law school, does this mean that every time I super chat him, he becomes my lawyer? No, it doesn't work like that. Hello V and V Gods. Hello Soldio. Thank you for being a member for almost 2 years. Yeah, Mid Canyon did draw the wrong stuff. The thing that I love the most about all of this controversy is when they find out that someone watches hentai, right? Like Vosh. Vosh is the best example, right? So they're like finding out, oh, Vosh has loli on his stream. And then they shed it around. Like, this is what I don't get. Like, they say, oh, this is CP. Right? Even though, like, it's fictional, obviously not a child, but they say it is. And then they shed it around, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you doing that? It's kind of the same, like, they also do the same when they find, like, a racist joke, right? And they say, oh my god, what you said is very harmful. So they will actually claim that, like, you know, like, what your statement is very harmful for minorities. And what do? They shed it around. And it's like, well, if you think the statement is harmful, why are you sharing it? Like, the initial group of people that heard that stuff was probably in the number of thousands, and now, like, CNN is sharing it, and it's a number of millions. Crunchyroll regularly censors everyone should just ignore it. Does Crunchyroll censor? Didn't they get bought out? Or did they buy out Funimation? Like, how did it work? Is just holding a commie to his own standards. No, I know. Like, with Vosh, absolutely. I'm not defending him. It's like, I can't even defend him if I wanted to. Like the man literally made his bed. I can defend many people, but not the ones that hurt themselves. Like, I can't defend you from yourself. Like, I'm sorry. They should have censored the screenshot from Vosh's stream at least. Some did. Others not so much. It's interesting how Twitter didn't ban them, because, like, Twitter actually does have rules against that, so that was interesting. Maybe, like, Twitter himself doesn't believe that, sorry, maybe Twitter himself, like Elon Musk, thinks that Vosh's picture was of a goblin. I gotta say, you know, like it was hilarious to see Vosh's defense. He basically was saying, actually, this is not a picture of a lolly. It's like, in other words, like, according to him, right? Like, according to him, that's not okay, right? So he's basically saying, I'm not a pedophile. Like, look, I'm not. I'm a new type of degenerate, something uncharted yet. Like, humanity hasn't discovered the type of degeneracy that I'm into. But it's not that. It's something else. Is it worse? Is it not? We don't know, but, like, you could ask me, I have a manga, LOL, and yes, they start off naked, but it depends on the artist. Some draw with the nipples and remove it when adding clothes. But I don't have to ask you. I know as well. We're both in the same industry of entertainment. Yes, it's true. No, like, read what American Outlier is saying. It's absolutely true, right? Like, this is what artists do. They draw them naked first. They come naked. All the anime girls, they come naked off of the assembly line. Every single one, regardless of age. Even the babies. You know, like the baby in Attack on Titan? I think it was on the cover, right? Where you have the rumbling coming and they're holding a baby. That was drawn naked first. What is the best place to watch uncensored anime? Well, if they're going to censor them in the studio, then nowhere. We don't ask how they scam people and just remove their accounts to anime they bought. I didn't know that. Jesus. See, this is why I don't watch Crunchyroll. Everything that the West touches turns to shit. It's not that difficult to just, like, stream the stuff as is. Like, why do you have to editorialize? They can't fucking help it. Americans, I swear to God. Everything they touch, they have to editorialize. They just gotta like be a library. You know, like when I went to school, there was a library over there. You borrowed books. The bookkeeper didn't like start censoring and rip off pages and then doodle over the pages and then no, it was. Most anime is now subbed by Crunchyroll. Yeah, it's. I already said, like, I remember when they bought Funimation, I was saying like this is bad. And people were like, no, this is good, because now I don't have to pay for 2 streaming services. It's like, nah, you don't get it. Like, the moment they have monopoly, they're going to abuse their... Nah, they're not. It's anime. What are they going to... They're censoring. That's what they're doing. And I'm willing to bet that anime studios in Japan, if they want to sell in the West, they're going to have to ask Crunchyroll. They're going to be like, hey, can we stream on your site? It's like, yeah, what anime do you have? Well, we have this one. Yeah, make sure you don't show cleavage, no panty shot, keep the fan service to a minimum. I'm telling you, this is what it is. Let's look at what the title is, right? The title is the worst, a mean girl, right? So like, unironically, this is like one of the worst things that I have seen on television. I don't think I've seen anything more mean than this. So I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know what show it is. But it is disgusting. The fact that you're showing this on television, I mean.
First kiss like? Have you had one yet?
No, actually.
You're lying.
I actually have not kissed a girl ever.
So there is like this thing in society, especially in the West, not so much in Romania, but like in the West, if you see a man that isn't successful with women, like he's a laughing stock or something. It's like okay, if he had autism, that's fine, right? Like mental illness, we need to understand. If he has gender dysphoria, we need to understand and accommodate. But if he had difficulty in having a relationship, that's laughable. Why though? Like I don't get it. And it's only for men. Like if a woman was to say this, then it's sad. I can't even imagine what it's like to be at his age and never kissed a girl. I mean, imagine the mental damage that it does. It's like you're starting to wonder, like, what is wrong with you? Because you're walking in the park, you see all these other people holding hands and being friendly, and you're like, well, why can't I have that? Right? I don't know why this guy is a wizard. I don't know, but like, the idea that they're treating him as he's an evil person is disgusting. But anyway, right, so let's see what happens. Like, he never kissed a girl. Okay.
Okay, you want to kiss me?
Yes.
Take control. What were you just trying to do?
Why? Why? Like, the fuck?
I was trying to kiss you like you said to kiss me, but I thought wrong.
This is just... Is it fake? I hope it's fake. I do hope it's fake. And I don't know, like, she is lucky because he's a very nice guy. I mean, if you're on television, then like what is he going to do? But like, this is the villain arc unlocked. Yeah, it is. I do hope it's fake though. Like, imagine if the roles were reversed, right? Like, if a woman came out and she's like, I never had a boyfriend, I never kissed a guy, And the guy says, okay, well, kiss me. Do you want to kiss me? And when she leans in, he smacks her with the pie. A life like that only comes from profound misunderstandings of social interactions. Yeah, like there are a lot of men that do have autism, and they're very like they don't get social clues. Basically, you know, like some people say, well, autism is very broad now, and it's easy to be diagnosed. It's like, okay, socially awkward men that do not understand clues. You know, they don't have emotional intelligence. They don't understand how to read a room, basically. And they have a lot of difficulty in dating and attracting women, right? So, like, there is no help, right? Like, there's no training or like, trying to help these people. It's like, it causes depression. It's not great. And they shouldn't be, like, the laughing stock. I am nearing 50 and literally the same as this man. And I would give that woman an Islamic cuddle if she did that to me. I would sue her for assault. Not even kidding. Like, that's what I would do. If she did that on national television and you got proof, you got evidence, yeah, sue her for assault. Get some money out of her. Shake that money tree. Shake that money tree. It's like, if she figures that, because like, if someone hits you with a pie, that's assault. And I mean, she could have just said no. It is what it is. He probably signed something for that video. Well, usually the way it works, if you join, I think it's like a reality show, right? So I don't know if it's fake or not. I do hope it's fake. Like, how can you tell? But usually the way it works at reality shows, you sign it before you actually get into the video, right? So when you enter the competition or whatever it is where you're attending, they will ask you to sign, and you're consenting that whatever footage that is going to be there, it's going to, you give the A-OK for them to air it. So you can't really back out. You can't say, well, I don't want you to show my image. No, it doesn't work that way. No court would consider that assault. It is assault. If you spit on someone, it's assault. If you smack a pie on someone, no, it is. And if it's on national television, you have proof of it. Actually, it's battery. All right, well, fine. Still close enough. Even though, in my opinion, it looks staged, women are like that on a daily here in the United States. Go look up Henry Cavill interview interacting with women. No, I believe that. Like, there was like a documentary with a woman that passed away. She got cancer. She pretended to be a man. She wasn't trans, but she like wanted to see how it's like to be a man, and made a documentary. Apparently, after a couple of months, she stopped because like she was getting dark thoughts due to that. And she was saying just how mean other women were. Like she would go in a place and all the women were dicks to her. And when she revealed that actually she's a woman, all of a sudden they were incredibly nice. Now I'm not saying this to complain or whatnot, you know, because like being a man is different. Like you get your plus and minuses, you get your advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, like if you're a successful man, you're going to have it way differently than if you're a man that's struggling. But like all in all, it's understandable. Yeah, like no, it's like some women are like that. I know. To be honest, content creators are like that. Yeah, a lot of content creators. I think it's something to do with popularity. Like the more people that come to you, the more it gets into your head that you're hot shit. And you think you can get away with a lot of stuff. Like a lot of content creators are like that, you know. I'm not going to give names, but like I once helped someone when they were small and they were starting, and I helped them, and they got a community guideline strike on their channel, and I helped them as well. And then I went to them and I asked for an art commission. And they said $1,000. And I'm like, motherfucker, you could have said no. But, it's kind of like that. It is what it is. Like, you expect it. It's just like, the more popular people are, the more they forget where they came from, right? And it's the same with dating. Like, when you're dating and you're a woman, you got like a lot of people that are interested. But then they get old. And when they get old, they don't have that many people. And then they become humble again. He gave me the 90% discount. Well, it wasn't the fact that he asked for too much. It was the fact that he could have said no. Like, be more professional about it. Like when you ask someone $1,000 for something that's worth $200, you're basically saying, all right, well, I'm going to take him down that way. Like, if he says yes, if he's a sucker and he says yes, then I'll do it. Otherwise, no. All single women don't become humble. They become sour and bitter. Some do, some don't. It really depends. Like, I've been noticing the gender interactions for quite a while now. And this is my observation, right? This is my answer to feminist criticism that hashtag all men. Most men are nice people. And if you're nice, you're invisible. Like, they don't notice that you're there. And the 10% of assholes that are there who are doing crimes and, like what the feminists are saying, rape and all that. Because the 90% are invisible, the 10% are the ones that make trouble, and they're the more visible one, right? It's the same with women. Like, most women, that they don't do anything, so they're invisible. And it's like the 10% of assholes that we notice. So it's like, usually like 10% making life hard for the opposite gender. Kind of like that. The poison M&Ms, like the feminists like to say. The poison M&Ms. Lofty gives women the ick. Does he? Women have a lot of Indian guys blowing up their phones. I don't know, because I'm not in America, so I do not know. But I have seen like some really cringe pickup lines on Facebook by foreigners. Very cringe. The thing is, like, when they have like these cringe pickup lines, it means that at some point it must work. This is how I was at university. I was like, if you hit 20 women with cringe, eventually one says yes. And there you go. You cast a wide net. You just need to realize that embarrassing yourself isn't important. Like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, had sex. And just like, blow their DMs to 20 women. One will say yes. V people are usually nice because they're weak. If the top percent are nice, they are choosing to be. That is a good point. Yes, like if you're weak, you're nice. That is true. Indian men tend to be very simpish. I don't know. I guess. I mean, I literally don't know. The thing is, though, I remember that I thought that I was cringe when I was picking up girls on Tinder, right? I thought that, oh my god, I must be cringe as fuck. And then I wanted to see and make an experiment. So I created the account of a woman just to see like how the other men are. Holy fucking shit, chat. Like, I wasn't cringe. No. The competition was atrocious. That seriously, like go on a dating website and make a female account and just see how the men are behaving. And you're going to say, holy shit, I'm really not that bad. There are chances for me. Unless you're one of those men. If you're one of those men, I pity you. What can I say? That wide net boosts women egos and they act worse as a result. Hey, like, my job on earth isn't to make people nicer. Like, my intention is not to raise or lower anyone's ego. If it happens, it happens. All I know is doesn't matter, had sex. I don't care. It's like that wide net makes women... Yeah, I guess you're right, but like, I don't give a fuck. After me, the flood, you know? It's like what Noah said when he got on the fucking ark. The stories I could tell about my sister that became a single mother by choice. Oh, Dios mío. Should I be happy that I had a son and not a daughter? You know, because, like, this is the conversation that all parents have at one point, right? Like, after you impregnate the waifu, you're going to be like, so, like, do you want it to be a son or a daughter? I'm not gonna lie, I preferred having a daughter, simply because, like, with a son, you have to be more tough. You gotta be more firm. But like with a daughter, you're more open to communication, more talkative, you know, like that type of thing. But it is what it is. You know, I got a son. That's nice. I mean, it's good. But the question is, if you have a daughter and she ends up being a single mom, that's something that I didn't consider. I guess now I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad. I feel bad for fathers that have daughters. Oh, come on. It can't be that bad. Look at modern women. Not nearly enough firmness in their lives. I don't know how American women are. Romanian women are not the same. My brother has a daughter and a son. Well, I'd rather have a daughter over a son, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, there's preferences and preferences. I looked at the advantages and disadvantages. Like, I can't say one is better than another, to be honest. It's just that there's differences. That's it. See, this idea, your child is what you raise them to be. It's like one of those cliches that you say in order to say something. I looked at different ways of parenting. And apparently, like, there's 4 ways that have been described. And all of them have advantages and disadvantages. So, like, for example, there's the firm parenting. The one where you're pretty much, like, drill instructing your kids. So, like, you wake up at 8 a.m., you do your homeworks at 10, you then have 1 hour of television. Afterwards, you go and help with the chores, right? Like, everything is, like, on a schedule. You get really angry and upset if they fuck up the schedule. You tell them to call you sir, you know, like that type of thing. Apparently, those kids that are trained like that, like they're being drilled, they end up with no self-esteem. And they do not have their own ambitions in life. Like they just live their parents' dream, but like once they become independent, once they actually leave the household, they don't know what to do. Like they're afraid of taking risks, initiatives. They don't want leadership positions, like because that's not what they know, right? So like that's terrible. Another type of parenting is do whatever the kid wants. So if the kid wants ice cream, you give him ice cream. If the kid wants to stay up until 2 a.m., he stays up until 2 a.m. These type of people grow up with complete disregard and disrespect for the rules. They're absolute assholes and pricks. They do not have any type of respect towards others. So, like, both of these types of parentings are wrong. The third type of parenting is the absentee parents. They pretty much, like, are at work all of the time. They rarely come home. They do interact with their kid, you know, but, like, not in a parenting way. It's kind of like, instead of having a kid, it's like having a cat, I guess. You know, like the cat is there, but you don't really pay attention to it. Apparently that creates kids that have no role models. Like it's kind of like the one that was spoiled, but not really. Like they're not really spoiled. Like they're striving for attention. Like they're seeking approval, but they don't have anyone to give it to them, right? So like they end up very depressed. They end up with a lot of mental issues. They never got like the love from their parents. They usually, like, these are the ones that have like the mommy fetish or the daddy syndrome or whatever. No, it's not even like, are you a doctor or a lawyer yet, because like those parents actually care. No, it's like literally like it's a parent that's not there. And it may be because of objective reasons. It may be that they have two jobs, or like it's not necessarily out of malice. It's just like they have a kid, but they don't have time to educate it. So that's also like a type of parenting that's bad. And finally, the fourth type of parenting, which is the one that I like, consequence-based parenting. So like you allow the kid to have freedom of choice, but there's consequences for it. So like if he doesn't want to eat breakfast, that's fine. Like he chooses not to eat breakfast, but then you don't give him any snacks or any food until dinner. Until dinner. So basically, like, he chose not to eat, right? And then he has to starve until the other supper. Like supper comes at specific intervals, right? You give him 3 meals a day. If he wants to eat the 3 meals a day, that's fine. If he doesn't want to eat one, you don't give him snacks when he's hungry at 11. No, he waits until 2 p.m. when the next lunch comes, right? So the consequence-based parenting seems to be like the best so far, because like the kid has choices. Like for instance, you give him an allowance, like pocket money, condition that he does some chores in the house. So he can do the chores and then he gets the money, or he chooses not to do the chores and he doesn't get the money. So it's like consequence-based parenting. I think like this is the best out of the four. Don't move to America with that parenting. Well, yeah, I mean, look, America has become like really disgusting when it comes with parenting, because I see teachers calling the cops on kids. It's like, no, like in Romania, if I misbehaved to the point where I bit a teacher, because that's what the girl did, she bit a teacher, or assaulted a fellow classmate, they wouldn't kick you out of the school. They wouldn't. No, like the teacher had like this big ruler. She would make you hold out your hands and she would smack your hands with the ruler. It was painful, and you never did it again. And if you told your parents, they would smack you as well with the shoe. That's it. No cops, no criminal record, no. Well, America is more civilized. They're like, no, that's horrible. No, it's torture. Call the cops, okay. All of my kids are gonna be VTubers. That would be funny. Different kids need different parenting styles. I'm pretty sure like parenting is not like a checkbox. Like you come with the idea like this is kind of cool, but then you adjust along the way. The teacher has to call the cops because they're not allowed to touch the kid. Yeah, I know. And here's my question, right? If your kid misbehaves at school, he assaults another classmate, or he assaults a teacher. Let's assume it happens, okay? What would you prefer? Do you want the teacher to call the cops on your kid? Apparently in America, because like this is the only solution. Like something needs to be done, right? Like if he assaults or she assaults a teacher, something needs to be done, right? Like we all agree. So what should be done is the question. And in America, the answer is call the cops. Call 911 on your 5-year-old. Okay. Teaching kids about consequences and taxes makes them better people later. I hope so. I can't say that's true because my grandparents did that to me. It was yes sir ma'am or no sir ma'am. You better do your chores. What is the belt? And they loved me enough to make sure I could read and be educated. Yeah, but again, they're called styles of parenting because like it works, I guess. I do say like this style of parenting is probably better than the style where you do everything that the kid wants. So, like, if the kid wants ice cream at 3 a.m., you actually get into the car and you go buy him ice cream. I don't think, like, that's a good thing. The kid won't hold out their hand. They will put the teacher in the hospital. A 5-year-old? She didn't put the teacher in the hospital, but she did bit the teacher. No, like, this was, sorry, not a 5-year-old. It was a 9-year-old. It was a story, like, during the BLM thing, right? And you have, like, this black girl crying, and the cops are coming, and this was, like, all over Twitter. It went viral. It's like, oh, look what the evil cops are doing. They're arresting this 9-year-old girl, and she's crying. So I was like, what the fuck happened, right? Because, like, that's weird. Like, why are the cops arresting a 9-year-old girl? Like, what the fuck happened there? And then you find out, like, because it was in the press. And she assaulted a colleague of hers with an object. Wasn't a bat. I forgot what it was. A toy, I think. Like, she rammed the toy into a colleague's head or something. Anyway, the teacher came to separate them. And she bit the teacher. And she wouldn't behave. Like she was very aggressive towards the teacher. So, like, the teacher called the cops. And it was a black teacher as well, so you couldn't say racismus. Because, like, that's what Twitter was implying. It's racismus. No, the cops came and they arrested her. Much to the dismay of the parents. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not normal. I never bit a teacher. No, actually, I did bite a teacher once. No, I apologize. I did. It was when I was taking my vaccine. The teacher was holding me to make... I had a fear of needles. If you brought a needle next to me, it was like El Demonio entered me. And I was like, no, other doses. So the teacher was holding me. And when they put the vaccine in me, it happened. I think I was like 12 or some shit. It was the second grade. No, I wasn't 12. I was probably 9. Yeah, I was also 9. Holy shit, they should have called the cops. Of course you can arrest a minor. What like, question is that? Like, if a minor has a knife, like, what do you think happens? Of course you can arrest a minor. I don't know if they have handcuffs for them, though. Like, they probably... Or do, like, the handcuffs for adults go all the way for... Huh? Why is it strange? I was afraid of needles. And then they stung me, so. Someone was holding me down and I fought back. It was self-defense. No, it wasn't the COVID. I forgot what it was. How did someone afraid of needles became a doctor? Well, I'm not afraid of seeing the needle. I'm afraid of someone sticking me with a needle, right? So, like, as a doctor, you're not getting stuck. But more interestingly is to see people who are afraid of blood becoming doctors. Like, that's something that's very interesting. Although, like, to be honest, you can. I mean, there's a lot of medical professions that don't require you seeing blood. There's medical professions that don't require you seeing needles either. Like, a rheumatologist, right? Like, they don't see needles. I'm not afraid of needles anymore. Like, that phobia is gone. So that one was interesting. It took like 4 nurses to pin me down when they took some blood works. I was making sounds like I was a squeal pig. But, like, what can you do? It's like, it wasn't complicated. Like, I was telling people that I'm afraid, and they wouldn't listen. It's kind of surprising, like, the strength that I had, that it required 4 nurses. That was later on, though. It wasn't when I was 9. I think I was, like, 12 or 13 or something. Yeah, I did become feral. No. Yeah, 4 nurses. Each one held 1 arm. So like, two nurses held an arm. Another nurse sat on my leg, and the 4th one was the one that took the blood test. No, the needle wasn't made of silver. No. Soviet kids are different. Look, I tolerated a lot of shit until someone came with a needle next to me. That's when everything went red, and I was like a bull. No. Anyway, right, enough embarrassing stories, because I'm a little bit tired and I'm sharing more than I'm comfortable with. Good thing I don't have like 10,000 subscribers. That would have been, like people clip it, ship it. Thank you for watching though, and tomorrow Dungeons and Dragons. Hopefully, I don't know, but unless anyone cancels, it should be good to go. So thank you for the super chats, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.